let's go ahead and get our Discord all set up. That way we can be all nice and ready with our thing today. Let's get all set up. That way I look nice and professional. There we go. Alright, it's just going to take a few minutes for all of our raccoons to meander on in. That's all fine. Let's see here. Story submissions. I know you guys can't see it on screen. I'm looking at my story submissions. I believe we were going to start with Chatty Maddie, correct? Hi, Chatty Maddie. You stumbling on in? Hi. Hi. Oh, is it Drowning Devil? Am I reading that right? Hi, Drowning. It's good to see you. Welcome on in. Oh, the cops are still chasing you, Chatty Maddie. The Discord cops. That was funny earlier. That was cute. Alrighty, we are doing chapter 4. I think I misspoke yesterday and said chapter 3. We're doing chapter 4 for you. So let's go ahead and get that all situated. I'm gonna go to our docs. We're going chapter 4. You can't sleep and your tooth hurts? Oh no! Did you have like do you have like a cavity or something? Did you hurt it? Did you go to like the dentist or something today and it's still owie? Oh man, I hate stuff like that. I'm pretty tough when it's like actual pain, but if it's like something just mildly annoying, like something that just bothers you, it drives me insane. I go crazy. This news say chapter 4 is a hinged chapter for multiple stories. No, you just have bad teeth? Oh, so you probably have like a cavity or something in there? Oh no. Hi Bobicus, welcome on in. It's good to see you. Yes, Strem starts now. I'm so sorry. That's always such a big pain. When your teeth are bothering, when something bothers you and it hurts. Oh, I do not envy you that. I'm so sorry, Drowning. That's always really rough. Do I have any advice? Do I have any advice for that? Swoopy. No one's done a hydrate or dihydrate yet. Oh. Spoke too soon. Here's your Chwippy. Thank you for the hydrate or dihydrate. And yes, I'm being good again today. And oh my goodness, I had a posture check right after. Oh my goodness. But I'm being good today. I'm having water. Yesterday I was bad and I had some soda during stream, but today I'm having nice water. Being hydrated. What's good? Hi Satara, it's good to see you. But anyway, we just got a posture check, so everyone check your, except I guess if you're laying in bed ready to go to sleep. But for everyone else who's staying up, unshrimpify yourselves, uncurl those backs, check those shoulders, move them around. Check your neck real quick. Even my model's gonna move around, see we're checking our neck. Oh, we're gonna unshrimp. We're no longer shrimps. Your back is ready. On Nintendo? Or is it Nintendo? I'm not quite sure if you want to do on Nintendo or Nintendo. Your exhaustion is perpetual at this point. Oh no. Is your sleep schedule all fucked up, Satara? That's happened to me. I feel like shit when my sleep schedule's all wonky. You are also finishing an outline for a story for a character mentioned in this chapter. Nice. Spamton? Is it a spam one? Or is it just someone being a little silly? I don't know. If they start putting more spam stuff in, I'll get rid of them. You got it first time? It's got nothing to do with Nintendo, and my relation is unintentional. Nice. Okay. Well, welcome on in. It's good to see you. Have fun hanging out with us. Did you have class today? If so, how was it? Learn anything new? Yeah, it's a little self-guided course thing that I'm in. I did part of a section. I started module 2. I said that funny. I started module 2. I haven't finished module 2 yet. I'm on the first few pages of it. So I finished module 1 late last night, early this morning. I'm not quite sure. Time's an illusion. But so far, I'm liking it. It does have the option, which is pretty cool, that you can either do videos of everything, or it also gives you the paid, like the script of everything that's said in the video, exactly how the video says it. So it's whatever way you like learning best. You can either do it video, or you can just read it all in words. I personally, I think I'm going through it faster because I'm reading through it all. Just because I can read faster than someone can read something aloud to you. You know what I mean? So I've been liking it though. No, oh, just a character. Okay. Hello, Lambda. It's good to see you. Did I tell you guys that now Mama Cryptid and Papa Cryptid have started saying Blooba when talking about this character because they overheard me say it? Oh my goodness. Partly your bad sleep schedule, but the work schedule encompassing all of Super Bowl weekend also traumatized me in ways you're still walking off? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's right. There's like Super Bowl stuff, isn't it? That's crazy. Anyway, here's another sippy. I hope you guys have a nice cozy beverage, either if it's water or if it's chilly where you are, maybe some hot cocoa. Hot cocoa would also do really good right now. If that's a Deltarune reference, I haven't played past episode 1. This was saying, oh, I don't know anything of Deltarune, so hey, you still beat me. Hi Zoe, it's good to see you. Blooba daughter or Kick streamer son? Oh, you're asking which one's worse, a Blooba daughter or a Kick streamer son? Isn't like Kick kind of known for like being like the worst of the worst? Isn't that like a stereotype it has? Like it's like a lot of like bad stuff you can't even do on Twitch, you kind of do over on Kick. Isn't that the... It do? Okay, then yeah. Then Blooba daughter, hands down. I don't want the Kick streamer. I don't want to go over to Kick. Don't make me go to Kick. You're just popping in and out of writing streams, trying to force the brain to do worky stuff. Oh, that's always getting that brain to work, huh? Big hope. Whether it's in my stream or somewhere else, I hope you can get some of your work done tonight, alright? But if you do hang out with us, even if I'm just on your second screen, then welcome on in. It's good to have you. You really love the Death of Stalin movie. That's what you were saying in chat in the Discord earlier. Anything with Michael Palin? Michael Palin? Is that how you say it? What does Blooba mean? It's because, so I refer to it, it's the joke of like when you have a VTuber model like this, and it has the jiggle physics in the chest, it's a booba model, it has the booba, has the boobs. I am blue, and so people started calling me Blooba because I have blue boobas. And I was reading that on stream sometimes. The joke is that, yeah, it's the Blooba. Mama and Papa Cryptid heard me say that a few times, not understanding it, and they're like, oh yeah, you gotta go do your Blooba thing, you gotta go play with your Blooba model. You gotta go be a Blooba for stream, and I'm like, what? They always unintentionally make it sound like this is a not safe for work channel. When I'm just over here having fun reading your guys' stories and giving critique and feedback, so Mama and Papa Cryptid are funny. Cryptid is an honor today. Oh man, one day I'll get that jackalope again back. You don't think a blue booba is healthy? See doctor? Well, it's because I'm a cryptid. I don't adhere to normal human standards. You know what I mean? At least your parents are trying. Absolutely, it's actually really crazy with Mama and Papa Cryptid. I've mentioned this to Roots before, my younger sibling. It's Roots the raccoon. Ask your doctor if Blooba's right for you. Side effects may include. But Mama and Papa Cryptid were actually pretty like really awesome gamers when they were younger. When I was a baby cryptid and Roots was a. Is there a queue? There is a queue. You're welcome to submit your stuff though. Today the first in queue is Chatty Matty, and I already have their work up. But you can always submit yours now, and then whenever I get to you in the stream, it might be next stream or the stream after, but I'll call out your username, and as long as you're in stream, then I'll go ahead and read your stuff as long as you're in queue. What was I saying? Yeah, but Mama and Papa Cryptid were, back when it was not as toxic and crazy as it was now, they were actually top WoW players. And even before that, they were EverQuest players. They were top EverQuest players. So they went from EverQuest to WoW, which is World of Warcraft. I mean like top. Like for World of Warcraft, I know they're one of the top guilds in all of North America, or in both North and South America. I forget how it was. And for EverQuest, they were similarly also one of the top guilds. And Papa Cryptid was a tank, at least in WoW. I don't know how EverQuest defined the rules, but in World of Warcraft, he was a top tank. And Mama Cryptid was technically a healer. She was such a toxic healer. She was a shadow priest, and she always had this thing called a ranking system or a totem pole, where as long as you made the healer, in this case Mama Cryptid, happy, you got heals. If you made the healer unhappy, or worse, this was far worse than making the healer unhappy, if you made the healer bored. Mama Cryptid also has the ADHD. If the healer was bored, well, then she has to entertain herself. And one of the most amusing, one of the most fun things to amuse a healer ever is to kill you and not heal you, or just to heal you, just to kill you again. You would just be at the bottom of the totem pole, and you would just keep dying over it, because she was like a shadow priest or something, right? So she could also hurt you instead of heal you. So she would just keep killing you on loop while she was bored. And you couldn't say anything, because if you complained, well, now she's not happy. Now you're at the bottom of the totem pole. Now she's not going to give you any heals during raid. She was so toxic. But she was bored, and she had to find some way to amuse herself, so that's what she did. I'm bored. Kills player, then revives. Now just do that on loop. You would even have specific, because there were different areas you go to for different raids, right? So depending on the location might even be how she would kill you. So whose are you reading tonight? This will be Chatty Maddie in chat. If you see a user called Chatty Maddie, Sir Chatty Maddie, this is theirs. We're going to go through their chapter 4. We've read some of the previous chapters in other streams, and this is 7 pages. I'll get through the whole thing, and then afterwards I'll provide some critique. I normally, for first-time submitters, just do 1 or 2 critiques. Chatty Maddie has submitted multiple times and can handle the feedback and the critique, and they're also looking at getting this published. So if you see me give more than just 2 critiques, I try to be a little bit more thorough for Chatty Maddie and a few others, because they are wanting those critiques and feedback to really get their stuff closer to a publishing level, right? As close as they can, just in this critique circle. So I don't want anyone who's new here to be like put off by like, oh god, Cryptid's giving more critiques than just like 1 or 2 here. It's because that's what Chatty Maddie's expecting, alright? May I be in queue? Absolutely. I don't think my old fic was ever looked at. Yeah. If you submitted a while ago, and then when I was reorganizing stuff, it got moved around or it got deleted by mistake, you're more than welcome to put it back in. Again, the only rules so far are no generative AI content and no spicy, sexy scenes. I don't like reading any of the spicy stuff on screen. Also, you can ignore the song in the chapter if you want. Castle wrote it for me. Okay, very, very cool. But yeah, you guys are always welcome to join the queue. Always. I don't know if you'll come to with the healer who requires the same word. Oh. You have 2 chapters. Yeah, that's totally fine. With longer submissions, I might not read the whole submission the first time. I might read a couple pages, like in this case, this one's 7 pages. That's pretty okay. So I'll read a couple pages, and I'll give critique on those pages I read. And then if you would like me to keep reading, then you just resubmit it to queue, and I'll read it again next time, and I'll finish reading it and giving you critique on the later half of it. So in your case, as long as the chapters aren't like too long, I might do like the first chapter during a stream, give the critique, and then next stream I'll read the second chapter if you resubmit, and I'll give you more critique on the second chapter. You require blood for reasons. But yeah, I'm so sorry if during it, when I was doing a thing where once I had read it, then I was deleting it. So during that big deleting phase of like getting rid of all the old stuff that was like just clamoring up that part of the server, I might have accidentally deleted 1 or 2 people. I tried to leave a note for everyone being like, hey, if I accidentally deleted yours and I hadn't read it, feel free to resubmit. I'm sorry if you missed that. It happened. It was reorganizing everything, right? It's the big reorganizing stuff. Uh, You're also getting pushed back because you were falling asleep during stream. And hey, that happens. I've actually had several people mention that, oh yeah, they just turn my stream on and they just have it in the background to fall asleep to. Which I'm like, wow, I didn't know. I would think if anything, my voice is annoying. It would be hard to fall asleep to, but several people have mentioned they actually like falling asleep to this stream. Isn't that funny? You're actively in stream most. It's a dark fantasy shifter romance. That sounds super cool. That sounds awesome. Was I saying anything earlier? Oh no, just thing with Mom and Papa Cryptid. I was mentioning the Roots. I'm like, yeah, if they had continued, if Mom and Papa Cryptid had continued being, I mean, they were like top of their game in both EverQuest and World of Warcraft. If they had continued, then honestly, we might have had the point where Mama and Papa Cryptid might have become like top streamers. You know, they might have been like the icons that you guys see at like tournaments, or like a top streamer you turn into and stuff. And Roots was kind of like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, Mama and Papa Cryptid. Do you remember? You were really little, Roots, at the time, but they were. Mine's just a Marauders story. Was it the Marauders fanfic? Isn't it still in the queue? Hold on, let me look up. Are you in Discord? Do you have a different name? Are you Blub in the Discord? Because if so, I still have yours. And like the last few streams, I've been asking like, oh, is Blub in or is Tales of the Teal Mountain Sect in? I've been. You are Blub. Yes. Okay. It's still here. It's still at the top with the thing. Yours is the first one. The last like 3 or 4 streams, I'm asking like, oh, is Blub in? Whoever Blub is, I still have between ink and paper. And then this one I just knew Chatty Maddie had the longest section, so I was like, okay, next stream I'll start with Chatty Maddie and then I'll go through the queue. So sorry. You don't have to be sorry. I was just letting you know, like, hey, I still have it here. I didn't forget about you. I was still checking on you. That's so funny though. So yeah, I'll probably do Chatty Maddie's, and if it's okay if you're falling asleep and we still have to push it to next stream. But if you're still up after this, then we can do yours. It just depends on your sleep schedule. I know, Lord knows I get sleepy. I don't even want to stay up too late if I'm sleepy. So it's whatever. Hi Crimson, it's good to see you. You can attest, yeah. Chatty Maddie's my witness. I've been checking on Blub. Oh my goodness. But yeah, guys, isn't that crazy? Mama and Papa Cryptid, if they had stuck around with those games and continued gaming, they actually would have been bigger streamers, a bigger like online influence streamer than I am now. Isn't that crazy? They would have been the cool kids. Necromancers are worse, they're bodybuilders. I feel all that tired, so I should be up for a while. Nice. I'll double check later. But yeah, and God, what was it? Yeah, they were actually from Blizzard, and then whatever company owned EverQuest, back when they were still doing EverQuest, they would like get like the tickets and like the sponsorship to go to like the big conferences, the big cons, where they like would unleash new things. They were like always the beta testers for some stuff. Oh, thank you. Welcome to the Cryptid cult. It's nice to have you in. I hope you have fun. Dr. Frankenstein's Bodybuilding Academy. Generational talent. I wish I had that talent. That's cool as hell, right? So I would have my aunt, because I was a baby cryptid, my aunt would babysit me, and they would go off and they would go to all the different cons and the events for all the beta testing, like when God, what was it? It was even a few years ago. The new, what other stuff do they have? That's the sci-fi one. I'm forgetting it. Diablo and the sci-fi one that they also have. Diablo's like the demon-y one, Diablo's the other one. They got all the early access beta testing stuff for that, and they didn't want to do it, so they actually let StarCraft, thank you for having a brain, Chatty Maddie. My brain wasn't working. So StarCraft and Diablo, whenever like those new games came out, did you inherit their combined abilities as their child? Are you a WoW god? No, the fuck I'm not. I think they kept all their talent. and they were greedy and didn't give any of it to either me or Roots. Part of our chores growing up, so again, as big things for their guilds, they would want to get all the points for the guilds to get higher and higher, right? But there's a lot of stupid little achievements that nobody wanted to grind. Stuff, like get 10 bajillion million fish, kill 100 million insect critters in a cave, collect a billion of these plants in this area, right? All those like little grinding achievements for your characters and for the guild. Part of our chores, me and Roots growing up, mostly me, but Roots did it too, was they would be like, hey, we're gonna go grocery shopping, we're gonna do adult stuff, we're gonna go like pay bills, go grocery shopping, stock up the house clean. You, little baby Cryptid, you're gonna sit here in my character, here's my character for our guild. You are not gonna talk to anyone. If anyone chats or messages you, you do not respond back. You forget how to type. You don't know what words are. You're not gonna message anyone. You're gonna sit here and you're gonna fish for me for 3 hours, and I'll give you I'll give you a candy bar at the end. I'll give you $5, just whatever the thing was. Roots, it was like, oh, you're gonna go in this circle on this map. Here's where all the plants grow, and you're gonna go in the circle in the loop for the next 5 hours, just collecting the plants for 5 hours. And Roots was like, okay. And that would be like our chores. We would help them grind out those achievements by fishing or getting stuff for quests and all that stuff. That was our chores growing up. They were like hardcore gamers. Can you believe that? That was my childhood. Remember to have your parents sign the permission sheets this weekend for dissecting frogs on Monday. That was your wax on, wax off moment. Can I just have parents like that? That was training. Yeah, but again, so I was really good at like doing quests in WoW, and I was really good at harvesting and just fishing and gathering plants and stuff. I was so content doing that. But when it came to raiding, raiding, you had to like work with other people, right? Growing up, I was like, no, I'm not allowed to do that. I can't talk with anyone. I'm not supposed to play with anyone else. That's illegal. They'll call the cops on me. So I got like all these high level characters. I played WoW for like years as a teenager, right? And I never raided. I was doing like the full WoW experience without raids. I never raided. Because that meant playing with other people, and I was just so used to like solo playing. Your parents made you a gold farmer? Absolutely. Me and Roots. Again, Roots did it for a few years too. That was our chores for a while. And my parents were like, this is great. It keeps the kids entertained. The kids think they're helping out. It's like the one chore you can give kids that the kids won't complain about. Like if you tell a kid to like go make their bed or like go clean up the living room, the kids are going to complain, right? If you tell the kids, hey, I need help with World of Warcraft, can you guys fish for me? It would be a huge help if you can get as many fish from this pond as you can over the next 3 hours. Can you do it? After 3 hours, then Mama and Papa Cryptid have to raid. So if you guys could fish until Mama and Papa Cryptid have to raid, it would be the biggest help. And all your aunties and uncles in the guild will think you're super cool for getting us all the fish. And we would be like, yeah! And we would fish for hours. Or harvest plants for hours, whatever the achievement they were working on was. Am I just now finding out I can play WoW without interacting with people? I did it for years. My parents made fun of me. I was a hunter. I really liked playing a hunter. And there's a really bad joke in WoW, and you can kind of tell even now, like, oh yeah, WoW was kind of toxic, right? Because like the joke was like, you're a huntard, which is like a really bad joke, right? That's not nice. But I was just a little kid, and I liked the fact that I could summon a little pet that would help fight with me, and I'll just go do quests and stuff. And if anything ever needed me to do a raid, I was just like, no. And I would just go do something else. And Mama and Papa Cryptid were like, yeah, there was family night. Because again, they were in this top guild for years and years. A lot of the other people in the guild were also parents. Me and your brother got into huge battles with the lions over farming rights. I'll give you $20. Yeah. It was mowing the lawn. Oof. So one of the things was that there was family night. It would like happen like every month or every few months, because some of them in the guild had kids too. Anything from like little baby kids to like younger teens, everything in between. And what they would do is all the parents would log on to their like top of the line, highest level, best stats, best armor characters, right? And they would make this like racing thing for us, this race. And they would go like, oh yeah, look at your map, and all of the kids would be there with like little stupid characters that were like level 20, level 10, level 45 if we were lucky or whatever. And they're like, here, everyone pull up your map, you guys are all gonna race, and whoever finishes the race is gonna get this cool new melt. And they would like come up with prizes and stuff, like whoever's second place gets 10,000 gold, whoever's third place gets this, and they would be like good stuff. Why? Because they were top players. They would be farming these incredible mounts. Some of them have extra of stuff that was like going crazy, right? And so we would all the kids would like gear up, and we'd all like, they would make sure we all had flying mounts and stuff, and they're like, okay, everyone get on your flying mounts, and you're gonna go, here's the path on the thing. And they would have all the adults would be placed throughout it to make sure no PvP players were like gonna bother us, right? Because they were top of the line. If anyone came up to them, like they would protect us, right? So we could all just like race across the continent, whatever one it was, do these crazy obstacle courses that they set up, and that the other players would tell us there. And then at the end, we would like be gifted as these like stupid like little baby players, like at like level 20, level 15, whatever. Whoever won would get this like incredible mount. That's like gathered from like the hardest dungeon and has like a 0.01% chance of being dropped at the hardest dungeon. And then we'd be like, yay! No idea how difficult it was to get, but they had a spare, right? Because they were like so top of the line. We'd be like, yay, thank you, it's a cool new pet, it's a cool new mount, it's a cool new whatever. And then that would be family night, and then the rest of the month would just be them like seriously hardcore like grinding through levels or doing dungeons and stuff. It was crazy. Touch these baby players and you die, absolutely. I didn't recognize it at the time, but literally they would do like the broadcast stuff sometimes, and they'd be like, hey, it's family night over here, we're over in these areas, if you try and start shit, if we're part of this guild, we will beat your ass. Don't try us. And it would be a big thing, and we were just there again, we were so little kids, like we weren't reading chat, we weren't reading the stuff that other players were saying, so we didn't know. But they absolutely were doing stuff like, yeah, if you come over here and you mess with these little baby players in this PvP server, we will hunt you down. Do not mess with us, it's family night. Imagine another guild attacks and it starts a war. It was so funny. But yeah, they were like top players. They would be like invited to like the big conventions by Blizzard, by whoever owned EverQuest before that, because they were also EverQuest players before they moved to WoW. They went to the things, they got all the beta testing stuff before anyone else did. They would get reviews, they would do all the stuff. They were like top players, and I was reminding Roots of that a while ago, and I'm like, yeah, they actually would be like the really big streamers now if they had continued it, and streaming culture had continued. It was like right after they stopped, a few years later, then streaming culture became really big. So if they had just kept up with it, they actually would have been like top streamers. Can you imagine that? Roots was like mind blown. You actually used to work as a marketing writer for an MMO company, spent tons of time in game, and absolutely refused to party up. It's possible if you have the right mix of determination and blowfish-like introversion. Absolutely. The children yearn for the achievement farming. Absolutely. It was the best thing. It was the best way that we ever did chores or helped our mom and papa Cryptid and our little aunts and uncles on the server. Imagine growing up to WoW streamer parents. Absolutely. Do you want to know what happened to the guild? This top for many, many years, top of the line guild, like one of the top guilds in all of North America, or North and South America, I forget which. There was one of the people, one of the couple, because there was a lot of, again, other parents, so a lot of them ended up getting together. One of the people in it was cheating with somebody else in the guild. So so the guild ended up breaking up because everyone was choosing sides and stuff, and Mom and Papa Cryptid are really, really anti-cheating. So no, we're not gonna play with you guys anymore. The whole guild fractioned up, right? Everyone split and chose sides, and then the whole thing dissolved. Also, I have no clue why I remember. But Bridget shows her ADHD in this chapter later. Nice. And it was a sad thing too when the guild broke up, because those people, guilds always had the biggest drama. They do. This one lasted for years and years and years. And they were actually so nice because like this kind of shows you how long ago it was when Papa Cryptid was diagnosed with his cancer and he couldn't work, and he was the main worker of the household, right? So there was like a lot of money issues. He was in and out of the hospital. Well, at that point, like he was just in the hospital, and we finally got the diagnosis, but the diagnosis was again cancer. That's not. This was years ago. He's cancer free now. For anyone worried, he's cancer free now. But yeah, when he was diagnosed with the cancer, after being a long time in the hospital, those guild members. This is before the guild dissolved. Those guild members, as a present to Mama and Papa Cryptid, actually all like gathered up money and sent Mama and Papa Cryptid money to help keep our family afloat and help us keep our house and stuff, because Papa Cryptid had been in the hospital for so long. So that was like this crazy thing of like, seriously, like we were close with this. We actually met these families in real life. They would vacation down in Florida. One of the families had a condo, and so multiple families from this guild actually met up. I met some of these people in real life. I met their children, right? These kids that I played like in those little Warcraft races with, going when we would like win stuff. I've met those people. I hung out with their children. I like all the different stuff. Years and years. It was almost going to become a tradition. It happened like 2 or 3 times, and then that split happened because one of them had to cheat. It split the whole guild. It's always fucking Florida. Yeah, I'm a Central Florida cryptid. I was a baby cryptid up in Massachusetts, and then when I was a little kid cryptid, we moved down here to Florida. Why does everyone I meet have connections to Florida? Does everyone you meet, are they secretly terrible? Or are they somehow connected to someone or something terrible? Because everything terrible is always connected back to Florida. I hope that helps. I'm from fucking Florida. That was such a funny scene in that show. That's a lot of bad stuff. If you know a lot of crazy people or bad people, then yeah, hey, yeah, see? I'm self-aware. Hope that helped, Drowning. Hope that helped you evaluate some stuff. I'm from Florida. Hey, Drowning, are you realizing something about yourself today? Who needs therapy when Cryptid, your little blue booba, is right here on screen to deliver some hard truths straight to your third eye? Coming from someone who's been to Memphis, Florida is surprisingly more normal. I just don't think you saw all the crazy that happens in Florida. I just think you were saved from the crazy. I think you had a little force field shield around you. You were safe. But we've been yapping for a little over half an hour. That was a little fun trip down memory lane about Mama and Papa Cryptid. Are we ready to start chapter 4? And then if we can finish it up fast enough and I can have my brain working to give some good critique, and Drowning's still awake, then we could actually get your Marauders fanfic done. That would be cool. So chapter 4. Let me restart my lo-fi beats just in case. There we go. It held your comment because you said rednecks. That's so funny. What was it? Let me see. Hold on. Ah, I can't see my chat fully. Hello. There we go. Hi, Aaron. It's good to see you. Welcome on in. You didn't go live today? Oh, about Chatty? Oh, Chatty, you didn't go live today? That's crazy. Come to Central Florida, it's full of rednecks and cults. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. He was dealing with stuff? Inexcusable. Everyone knows if you're expected to go live, you have to go live. You have to. You're chained in front of the computer. No, I'm kidding. So let's see here. Chapter 4. Athena City, Eos. Barry, Sunreal, and I'm gonna call it Z, because again, I'm not gonna say this one right. Barry, Sunreal, and Z stepped onto the weathered wooden dock, the boards creaking beneath their weight. Behind them, Bridget lingered, steadied Tessie with an arm hooked carefully around her waist as Tessie's arm was around Bridget's shoulders. You have a fridge at work? Someone drank all your Dr. Pepper? I'm so sorry. I know murder wasn't on your schedule today, but geez, like, what else are you supposed to do? I guess you gotta go murder that coworker. You gotta go hunt them down for sport in an abandoned parking lot or in a dense forest. I know that wasn't on your schedule, but it's what you gotta do. Jeez. But I just can't stream my computer anymore. OBS just doesn't work. Do you need to update OBS? Do you need to update something on your computer? I'll double check all that. That's normally some of the stuff. I'm gonna fight some people. You gotta do more than fight. Okay? You gotta do more than fight. You gotta make an example out of one of them. You gotta make an example. Dr. Pepper Baby is good and nice. Dr. Pepper Baby, it's good and nice. I'll tip you if you win, Aaron. Almost all the soda I had is gone. Murder. You're gonna get a camera? Hey, yeah, whatever you need to. Put them in the guillotine. Oh my god. I think I need to update a computer part because I had the same problem with the game. I'm not sure if it's a part, but sometimes you need to, what is it? You need to like update OBS. You need to clear the cache. What place in line am I? For land, let's see. It is currently, we're on Chatty Matty. Next up, if Blub is still awake, is Blub. And then land. You would be, earliest is 3. Earliest is 3. It's Chatty Matty now, then Blub if they're still awake. If they're not still awake, then you would be 2nd. But if they're still awake, then you would be 3rd. Hope that helps. That's currently what it looks like. I'm guessing it's a part. Of course, my computer is a brick. Oh no. Because your computer is a brick. Oh no. Anyway, so it sounds like people are waiting. It's what's so great, I never expected this to happen and to get such a queue that I have, and for so many people to be interested in this, so I never expected it to get this big. So I'm considering if the queue stays long for a few more days, like if I can't get it down. Hold on, I'll focus in just a second. I'm just giving you guys a quick update. If I can't get the queue down in the next few days, if it's still pretty long, then I might do where right now I'm streaming every other day. I might do for a little while, I might stream every day for like 2 or 3 days, right? Just to help stream often enough to kind of like knock back down the queue to its reasonable again. You give good feedback. I really try. I'm genuinely trying. And now I'm in the developmental editor course to try and give better feedback. Whew, that's a lot, guys. The moment Barry's sandals hit the dock, the world exploded into sensation. Orion City suddenly felt small, almost quaint. Here, even the wind seemed enchanted, tugging at her wavy hair, lifting it like a banner caught in some grand parade. Athena City rose ahead like a dream, alive, pulsing, and almost too much to take in. Carriages rattled over distant stone streets. Air cars sliced clean arcs through the eternal twilit sky. Is it twilit sky? Twilit? Twilight sky. Twilit sky. Maybe I can get feedback. Yeah, whenever you guys submit, I always try to get feedback. Twilit, yes. Twilight sky would work as well. Far above them, star sailors drifted like leviathans, sails catching the brilliance of the 7 suns. The air was thick with life, spice smoke curling from open-air braziers, the yeasty perfume of fresh bread, the tang of river salt on the breeze. Barry's eyes widened as if trying to drink it all in at once. Ah, 3-stream streak. Thank you so much. I want to get a degree in teaching so I can become an English teacher. But since I can't go to college at the moment, I'm learning as much as I can about storytelling. That's awesome. I think it also depends. For English, I guess it depends. Are you more focused on teaching, dissecting theme, dissecting plot, things like author intent? Because that's normally what more happens in K through 12, right? We're dissecting certain things in a syllabus, and we're learning about different goals, like what is the author's intent here? What is the purpose of the story? How did the author make you be persuaded this way? Right? We're learning those things about the author's intent. For storytelling craft, the art of storytelling, and that's normally going to be more specifically a creative writing class in a high school or in college. So it kind of depends which way do you want to go. Do you want to teach English or do you want to teach creative writing? Normally alive, but you aren't, and Castle isn't. But I do enjoy it here. Oh, I'm glad. When I'm on topic. But I'm not getting sidetracked. Barry stood from the dock. Barry stepped from the dock. Oh my god, hold on. Hydrate. Oh, hold on. Here's your sippy. Thank you for the hydrate. Castle is sick. I've talked to Unak about him today. I was hoping to teach creative writing, but I'm not picky, and I have time to be indecisive. Crispy. Swippy. I'm going all the way down here. Una. There we go. Una. Oh, the sippy's all done. Are we all done? Okay. Hold on, I'm back. Hold on, okay, I'm back. Hold on, here's the second sippy. And everyone, unshrimpify yourselves. Unshrimp. Stretch that back. Push back those shoulders. Check your neck, left and right, up and down. We're gonna check our neck. We're gonna check our shoulders. We're gonna check our back. And now that we're all comfy and cozy, let's keep reading. Barry stepped from the dock onto streets worn smooth by centuries. Ancient cobblestones pressed cool against the soles of her sandals as the crowd surged around them. Silva with pale, vine-wrapped skin. Satrixie? I'm saying that wrong, I know, it's fine. With their mischievous grins and twin-hooved feet. Silanics, merchants with skin like weathered stone, their heavy-lidded single eyes slow and calculating. Voices layered over each other in a chorus of barter, gossip, and laughter. I feel like this is the first time, this is chapter 4, we've gotten a more clear, like, oh, now as a reader I have a clear idea of what these different races look like. We have one based off the Cyclops, because they have the single eyes. We have satyr ones with their hooves, and we have the Silva with pale vine-wrapped skin. They're more like these more human-like ones, but with like the supernatural, like different colored skin and eyes and hair. Yeah, but that posture check made me realize my jaw was hella clenched. I do that when I'm sleeping, I guess. I actually have my clench my jaw when I'm sleeping, and it gives me like a lot of my teeth hurt, or the sides of my jaw hurt. My jaw hurts, yeah. So I had to keep reminding myself as I'm falling asleep to like unclench my jaw, because for some reason I treat going to sleep like it's really stressful, and I'm all like really tense. Yeah, silver elves. Thank you. I was thinking fairy, and I'm like, that's not the right word. What's the other word? It's elves. I feel like here, this is a pretty good. It's just part of a paragraph here, but it makes sense. We're going into this new city. We're seeing all these people, and here we get the description of what they are all like. What years when the reader kind of gets it. I'm wondering, since Silver was mentioned with Barry's family and Sunreal so much earlier, I wonder if this line, this descriptions could have been placed earlier, but I'm not sure. That's just an idea I'm gonna put in the back of my head. It's not a critique yet. I'm gonna sit with it. I'm gonna sit with it. Like, should it be here or should it be mentioned earlier? I'm not sure. I'm gonna think about it. Just kidding, just kidding. Yeah. Silver is a blanket term for races like Exians. Okay. And I feel maybe the Exians and the silver, maybe that was what was getting confusing earlier. I don't know. I have to think about it in the back of my head. I gotta think about it. So voices layered over each other in a chorus of barter, gossip, and laughter. Barry's gaze caught on one Sylvan woman who approached Z. Aquamarine skin, glowing ocean blue eyes, brown hair streaked with turquoise. A green dress hugged her hips, and a blue tube clung to her chest underneath a navy coat. Blue tube clung to her chest underneath a navy coat. Like an actual, like, tube? Like there's a, or do you mean like a tube top, just for clarity? Is this a tube top? Or is there like a tube, like giving her, oh, a tube top. Okay. I might clarify that here, because for a second I thought there was like you know, the sci-fi thing, have like, you can have like tubes and stuff feeding you like slimy glowing stuff. I'm like, does she have an actual tube here, or does it mean a tube top? I might clarify it's a tube top. I love fantasy races, but I'll be honest when I say, when I read a race name, I do just gibberish my way through it. And that's one of the things too with reading live on stream. It is very different to personal, like, enjoyment reading. Like here, I wouldn't have really thought of how to physically say those races. I would have just seen them, and every time I saw that word I would have known. But now here live on stream, I'm like, satiric E and the cyclanics, you know, I'm struggling through it. Which, when you're just reading for enjoyment, like quietly in your head, you don't have that struggle, right? You just rule your way through it. That's a funny thing. So if you guys ever do see me like mess up with stuff like that, that's kind of why, right? Like that's the bit. You're gonna see me mess up live. It's just the thing. Hi, what? It's good to see you. The two embraced and shared a kiss. Is that Gloria? Movement at the edge of Barry's vision, a shift of light against stone. Then she saw it clearly. A serpent, bronze scales gleaming like beaten metal. It didn't move like a wild thing. It glided with deliberate ease, slipped between boots and hooves without ever being touched. And its eyes, violet, bright and knowing, locked with hers for the briefest heartbeat. I think that's a good thing for authors to think about, though. Yes, you can read it, but can your readers? This will start a thing in chat. I don't know, but you guys know how there's those moms who do really unique spellings of common names for their kids now in real life? I kind of feel like that. I'm like, are you trying to name a sci-fi fantasy protagonist, or are you trying to name like your child who has to like grow up one day and get a real job? Yeah, the tragedy names. Like those kind of things. I'm like, are you naming a sci-fi are you naming them? Your dead name is one of those names? Oh no. Well, hey, at least it's in your past. At least it's locked away. It's banished to the shadow realm forever. This is my daughter, Lady. Oh my god. It's a funny thing. Funny stuff. My fantasy names are relatively normal, I'll have you know. Normal in context. And that's one of the things too. That's why I read some of those names and I'm like, it sounds like a it looks like a post-apocalyptic name. It looks like a sci-fi name. It looks like a fantasy name. Because in context, those names would fit in that fantasy, not real world. But in the context of our real world, of the world you and I and everyone else here lives in, outside of this computer screen, like that, what? What did you do? What did you do? Why did you do that to a child? It's not a pet. It's a child. It's a human child that's gonna grow up into a full human being. Oh no. So we're seeing this cool serpent. She cocked her head to the side. The snake copied her. As if satisfied she'd seen it, and the snake slid into the crowd. This is a incomplete sentence right here. Maybe just mark it, because it starts with as if satisfied she'd seen it, and the snake slid into the crowd. That's just a slight little spell check. I'll guide you to Asclepius. Z's voice broke her focus. Yeah, I'll catch up. Just 1 minute. Barry's eyes stayed fixed on the serpent. I'll bring Tessie to... What the feck was that lad's name again? Bridget asked. Wait, so Bridget's gonna take Tessie? Barry had to stifle a giggle at Bridget's question. The healer's name is Asclepius, Sumriel replied serenely. Bridget nodded and pretended like she'd been paying attention the entire time. Not even Tessie bought it. I think my fantasy names are pronounceable for the average reader, though I also write for like 20-somethings. Oh no. Not no, oh no at you, I was just like, I'm still just thinking of some of those tragedy names. Oh no. Also Bridget, I know where I'm going. Where am I going? Not even Tessie bought it. Follow that main road, Briggy, Tessie breathed and moaned. Weakly gestured toward the marble street. Her crimson skin was still growing blacker with each moment. Her eyes continued to track the serpent's path, even as Bridget loudly promised to keep Tessie safe and alive. So here, just a quick note. For her, the last her we had was Tessie. Tessie breathed and moaned weakly. Her crimson skin was growing darker. Yeah. And in this case, it's Barry. Good. You already caught on before I even finished saying it. Your dead name is... It's not Kaylee, because it has a T. Right? Am I saying that right? Hold on, the model's going to stare at you while I look over. It's not KT, is it right? Is it Kate Lee or is it KT? just a clarifying point. Is it Kate Lee or is it KT? Because I'm just seeing that T and that L there are getting me a little bit confused if it's pronounced differently. But if it is Katie, then oh my goodness. We're twinsies. I'm a Caitlin, though mine's spelled correctly. Mine's not that little tragedy of a name. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. It's Kate Lee. So your dead name is an original name and it has an original spelling. Oh no. Yeah. That one can stay in the past. That one can stay in the Shadow Realm. I'm so sorry. I hope, since you said that's a dead name and you have a new name that's right and perfect for you, I hope you like it. I hope you have a right and perfect name for you now. Hi, welcome on in. When I'm not being sidetracked, then I am actually reading and providing critique. Sorry, you just came in when I'm getting sidetracked. But you now go by Calvin, so it's easier. And I like that spelling of Calvin. I like that. Oh, welcome on in, and hey, I hope you have fun hanging out with us, regardless of if you're participating in chat all the time, or I'm just your little second monitor, little noise in the background. And hey, I hope you get to hang out and have fun. Hi, Mash, it's good to see you. Oh my goodness, me and Penny just finished It Takes Two yesterday. It Takes Two. So yeah, we should be free up soon to play some more games in the future. I'm excited. All your family has K names? Oh my goodness. Are you secretly a Kardashian? Penny rated him yesterday. Oh, that's fun. So let's see here. So yeah, Barry's eyes continued to track the serpent's path, even as Bridget loudly promised to keep Tessie safe and alive. They were gone in moments, swallowed by the river of bodies. Barry would catch up. Her mind refused to let the serpent out of her mind. Here, mind and mind is repeated twice in the same sentence. So maybe it could be Barry would catch up. Her thoughts refused to let the serpent out of her mind. Or even her brain refused to let the serpent out of her mind. Something like that. But congrats, I was lurking a bit while you guys finished up. I always get so embarrassed and I'm like, oh yeah, people actually see me streaming. But thank you, I'm excited. Do you know what kind of games you want to play? Do you want to play Peak? Do you want to play Repo? What kind of games are the new cool things? What are all the cool kids playing? If the Kardashians were poor Southerners, then sure. If that's the case, then you and me both drowning, we would both be Kardashians. We could both be poor Southerners together. It's okay. Do you need to be a blue VTuber too? Before you started to get like an official education in storytelling, how did you go about developing your storytelling knowledge beforehand? Like any good writing books or some other? That's a great question. One, I don't want you guys to think I started like an official education. Like I'm not that fancy yet. I am going through a certificate course. But again, I'm still in the early stages. Right? I've only started module 2 of it. Yeah, I'm still in the beginning. And I would say the number one biggest thing before even I did as a child, my thing for years, the best Christmas gifts, the best birthday presents, the best any type of gift were books on storytelling and story crafting and developing books and writing the genres I liked and interviews from other famous authors I liked. And I even had subscriptions to writing magazines that told you things about writing. So I did have all those. Did those help as much as just reading? As just reading a lot and everything and anything, reading in the genre you want, reading outside the genre you want, finding things, and not even just reading like passively, that will still help, that will still like accumulate in the back of your brain, but even reading intentionally or reading actively. Like if you read passively, then you're just reading a story and you're seeing if you like something or not. You're like, oh yeah, this is a good story, I liked it, the character was cool, the lady had a sword, the ending was good. Yeah, then you're just reading passively. But then having a book that you really, really like and being able to be like, oh my god, this fight scene was so cool, and then stop and be like, wait, why was the fight scene cool? And then you scroll back up and you like pay attention, like what actually happened, what were the words being used here, how did the writer make this fight scene so vivid in my head, how was the pacing, how were the sentence structures, what did they physically do here that I liked or that I didn't like. Sometimes you'll even read stuff that you don't like, and then you'll keep that in the back of your mind, like, yeah, if it's just like if it's just like two people monologuing for pages and pages and pages about something I don't care about, this book is horrible. And it's important to recognize that. But reading a lot it was like the number one thing that really got me into story and writing, and reading actively, really paying attention to how the author did it. And then I was even looking back at my own writing, because I would write something, it would be shit, it would be gibberish, and then rather than just being like, oh, it's not perfect, I suck at writing, I'm just not gonna be a writer anymore, right? I would look at it, I'd be like, okay, I wrote this intro isn't good. Why isn't this intro good? Now let me have my favorite books on hand. How did they do their intros? Physically, how did they do it? Not just, oh yeah, this intro is good. How did they do it? Did it start with dialogue? How did they accomplish a good intro? How did they slowly weave in details of their character? How did they do this? And I was just surrounded by books for years and years and years. That was just part of it. Not anything